And we should remember what Jeremiah tells us. In Jeremiah 51:15, He has made the earth by His power. He has established the world by His wisdom, and stretched out the heaven by His understanding. He has made the earth by His power. He has established the world by His wisdom, and stretched out the heaven by His understanding. This isn't our world. This isn't my home. This isn't my couch, my shirt. These aren't my tattoos. This is not my Papermate pen. God made all of this. This is all His. And we might not understand it all. We do not, in fact, understand it all. I don't think we understand very much of it. He made it. He made us. And we're messed up. And we don't have to do very much to please Him. He calls us to come to Him with His burdens. He tells us there are 2 commandments. Don't have a God above me. That is, love me with everything you have, and love your neighbor as yourself. And if we all did that, things would be alright. But we don't, and they're not. I want you all to look at yourselves as I look at myself. And think upon which hills and under what grain trays do you lay down and play the harlot? In which ways spiritually are you taking time from God? What ways in your life are you putting things before Him? What do you put before Him? Think about Jesus. As we read in Isaiah 53. And how He was without complaint. Do those things. What do you put before God? And what do you complain about? And it should change the way you think about things if you apply it to your life. You know, life isn't easy. Because we make it hard. Life isn't about having a good relationship and getting married and having lots of babies. Life isn't having a family. Life isn't going to school and working for Microsoft and making lots of money and living a large and extravagant life. Life's not those things. If you look at the life of Christ, what did He have? He had God, and he had people. And some of the people chose to follow him and love him, but a lot of people did not. God came to earth and was born in a manger. God chose to be born with barnyard animals, not here in modern days in a fancy hospital, in a sanitary place with advanced medical neonatal technology. He didn't chose to be born into a royal family where he'd be taken care of and pampered all his life. He was a carpenter. Our God came to earth and was born a humble birth to a humble mother. And he worked. And then he set out and did God's will. He had God, and he had people. And the motivation for everything he did was love. Let's do that. Love people. Forgive people. Unforgiveness. Unmercifulness. Paul, we saw in Romans, listed those things with murder and sexual immorality. Do you forgive? Do you show mercy? What do you have before God? And what do you have to complain about? Think about those. Think about those today as you go to work, as you go to school, as you hang out with your friends. Think about those tonight as you lay in your bed, nice and warm before you go to sleep. Think about them for the next week. Write a list, keep a journal. Think about them. And be praying to God to show you what He sees in your life that you put before Him. Pray to Him to show you what you complain about when He complained of nothing. Do those things. And you'll have a sad face like this. Because you'll see, there's a lot that we put before God. And there's a lot we complain about that we shouldn't. But there's good news. He bore the sins of many and made intercession for the transgressors. It's sad that Christ died a terrible death. Horrible things happened to him. He was a man of sorrows, acquainted with all grief. That's sad. But it's happy. Because he did that just for us.